Hey guys, how's it going? In today's lesson, we're going to be taking a look at a song. Switching it up a little bit from the series format and taking a look at the theme song from the Pink Panther. This is one of my favorite tunes to teach my students. They seem to love it because they always keep coming into lessons and they try to show it off for me. So I'm going to show you how to play it and introduce you guys to chord melody, which is really going to open up the ukulele and impress your friends with the Pink Panther. So get tuned up. We're going to break it down section by section. And I'm going to give you a tab to go along with it. Here we go. All right, so we're going to break this down into 3 sections. So let me play the first section for you, and then we'll take it note by note, and you'll have a tab below you where you can check this out. So we're going to start off here on the 1st fret with our index finger on the C string, and with our strumming hand, we're just going to use our thumb to pluck these single notes. So anytime we're plucking a single note, I'm just going to have you pluck down on the string with your thumb. Now what I like to do is I take my hand and actually kind of grab underneath the body of the ukulele here and use that to kind of brace my hand in place, so when I'm doing the single note plucking, everything is stabilized. I'm not, moving around. So if you want to try to do that as you're plucking, that's a good idea to get started here. So the first little component that we're going to go through is just some single notes, and then we're going to incorporate a little slide. So we start here, fret 1 on the C string, and we just pluck that note. And then we just chromatically go up here to the 2nd fret. And when we get to the 3rd fret, we're going to pluck, but then we're going to slide from fret 3 to fret 4. So we'll go. So you heard there 2 notes made with 1 pluck. So that's called a slide. So I'm taking the note played on the 3rd fret, and I'm sliding it to make the 2nd note. So to do that, and I do have a whole separate video on slide technique, but just a quick little refresher on that. You want to compress the string with your ring finger and keep it compressed as you slide from fret 3 to fret 4. So you might want to just practice that slide technique a little bit before you move any further. So again, we're going 1, 2, 3, slide 4. And when you do that a little faster, it sounds like this. From there, this is where we start incorporating the chords. So now we've moved our ring finger here right into position to lay down our E minor chord. So we're here on the 4th fret C string. We're going to add our middle finger to the E string on the 3rd fret and our pointer finger to the 2nd fret on the A string. And we're going to strum with our thumb again here through that chord. Now, the whole kind of feel of this song that kind of gives it that bouncy feel is staccato. So staccato is a note of shortened duration. So when you play these chords, you play the chord and release the chord. So now I'm not releasing my fingers actually from the string though. So that's an important part of this. When you strum the chord, you release your fingers, but you're still touching the strings after you release them. So I'll go through that. And you hear how that note, or the chord rather, kind of just stops and has that feel of just bump. So if you're just kind of trying to get your head around everything right now, I totally understand. And you want to make sure that you're just playing this and it's sounding clean. If you don't want to worry about the staccato right away, that's totally cool. So far we have 1, 2, slide, E minor. From there, we go 2, 3 on the E string. So and then another E minor chord. So next up, we have some more melody here. So it's really important to use the correct fingers for this, and I'll note those on the tab for you as well, because everything, as I mentioned before, is kind of all surrounding this E minor chord. So you always want to make sure you're in position to play the E minor chord. So the melody now from here is going to be on the C string. We're going to go 3, 4. Then we move down to the E string, 2, 3, and then we're going to flatten out our middle finger here and go down to the A string and play 3, 2. So it's a fun little melody. 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2. So just try that with me. 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2. So far we have from here, again, we're going to an E minor chord, and this one's nice and easy. All you're going to do is drag your thumb string by string through this E minor chord. So you're going to go C string, E string, A string. From here, I'll just make this into this little section here. You're going to take your index finger and slide from the 2nd fret to the 1st fret. So you play. So C string, E string, A string, slide to the 1st fret. From here, this is kind of, and you'll have to see this in the tab, this is a slide into a pull-off. So I'm sliding from the 2nd fret to the 1st fret, and then I'm going to pull off my finger from the 1st fret to create 3 notes. So it's slide, pull off, slide, 1, pull off. And from there, the end of this section is another pull off on the 3rd fret on the E string. And then we go C string, 2nd fret, just a single pluck. And then finally, the E string open twice. I lied before. There's only 1 pluck on the E string there for the last note of the section. All right, so now we're going to do a little play along for this subsection. And I'll also note that if you just want to work on very specific components of this, feel free to do so. You know, take 5 notes in a chord and work on that until you really feel good about it before you move on. So don't try to bite off too much at once. It's okay to take your time and really be methodical and get this all sounding very good before you try to rush through it. So here we go. I'll count us in nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm going to bump up the tempo about 20% if you guys are ready for that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, here's a quick demo of the 2nd section. So this one's a little bit shorter, and it contains a bunch of the stuff from the 1st section. So you don't have to relearn much, but let me take you through this again. So it's going to start just like section 1. 1, 2, 3, slide to 4, and then an E minor chord. And we're back down here to the E string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, another E minor chord. And then we walk again, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 2. So all of that is the same as section 1. The only thing new, and this is another important part here of using the correct finger, you're going to go with your middle finger to the C string 4th fret, and you're going to pluck that single note. And then the E string on the 3rd fret. And then with your pinky, you reach out to the 7th fret on the A string, pluck that single note, and then 6th fret on the A string, single note. So that little melody is C string, E string, A string, A string. So let me just play that for you, nice and slow. So it's now something I like to do there for that last note is give it a little bit of a trill. And in order to do that, what I kind of do is shake my finger back and forth. This is something you want to just kind of experiment around with to see what's comfortable for you. But I kind of go side to side when I pluck that to kind of get that note to sustain and give a little bit of wobble. It's just kind of a little trick you can add. It's not totally necessary, but it does sound pretty cool if you want to add it in there. So let me go through this with you guys, playing along. So we'll do a play along nice and slow, and then a little bit faster. So here we go, section 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a little bit faster than that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, the third and final section, my favorite section, everybody's favorite section. Let me play that for you really quick here. So it's starting off with the exact same way that we started off the first and second section. So we go 1, 2, 3, slide 4. And then we move down here, ring finger on the 7th fret on the A string, 5th fret A string. We move up to the E string, do the same thing, 7, 5. We move up to the C string and we do 7, 4. Now, these notes as well sound a lot cooler if you do them staccato. So to do a staccato note, single note, same kind of feel as a chord staccato. You play the note and then you release your finger but maintain contact with the string so it deadens that note. So you play it and release it. So it kind of creates that little bounce effect. We have and then we move on to the pull-off section. So we're going to do this on the 1st fret on the A string, and we go so 4 times with a pull-off. Now, with pull-offs, especially when you don't have anything else fretted, you're just pulling off an open string, you can actually kind of pull the string with your fretting hand. So that's kind of exaggerating the example, but that's kind of the feel that you want to accomplish with that. And then finally, we do another pull off here on the E string, 3rd fret, just 1 time. We go up single note, C string, 2nd fret. And then finally, 2 open plucks here on the E string with no frets. So the last little part here, I'll do again. So we go pull off, pull off, pull off, pull off, another pull off, single note on the C string, and then right there. So let's put that all together, and as I mentioned before, work on these little individual things. The thing I love about learning songs, especially when they have all these little nuances in them, is that you are taking techniques, essentially, and you can derive them from a song. So you have pull-offs, you have slides. Those are things that you can use in other songs. So this song might teach you how to get really good at doing pull-offs or staccato notes, and you can apply that to another song. So this is all cool stuff and really good for your overall ukulele growth. So let's just play this nice and slow. Try to play it along with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, I hope you've spent some time kind of going through each section. So now we're going to play the whole thing together. Feel free to follow on the tab below. And also, there's a PDF with a full tab if you want to just print that out, set the video aside for a little bit, and just really work on every little component of this before you try to do the full play along. Totally cool. I'm all about going slow and getting it right. So here we go through the full 3 sections at a very nice slow pace. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chord, chord. Section 2. Trill. Section 3. And one more time at a little bit faster tempo. So it's all about the staccato, the feel, and really kind of making this a moody Pink Panther feel to this. So don't worry about ever having to go lightning speed. If you want to put on a recording of it, you'll hear it's not really done at a super fast tempo. So just kind of lay into this one, relax, have some fun with it, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Section 3. All right, so I hope you had some fun learning the Pink Panther today. As I mentioned before, we have a full tab at allforuke.com that you can download, put next to the song, and it will help you, I promise. Leave your comments and questions below. I will get back to you, and I will also mention that we're going to start doing a weekly live stream. So all of these questions that you guys are leaving in the comment section, I'll try to tackle in the live stream, which will be happening every Friday. So if you want to join me live, ask me questions about ukulele or anything else, I'd be happy to help guide you through your playing. Thanks so much. My name's Kevin, and I'll see you next time for another video.